Welcome to the Lifetime Assembly channel. My name is John, and today I'm going to help you assemble your SpeedShift basketball system. This video will follow the steps outlined in your assembly manual that comes with the basketball system. If you've already begun and need help on a specific step, check the comments or description below for a timestamp associated with each step. Now let's take a look at what's inside the box. There are steps within this assembly that require 2 people, so be sure to have at least one other person to help. Before we begin the assembly process, let's take a look at the tools you'll need to complete the job. You'll need 2 1/2-inch wrenches, 2 7/16 wrenches, 2 9/16 wrenches, 2 3/4 wrenches, a pair of pliers, 2 3/16 Allen keys, which are included, a drill. You may see us use an impact driver. If you decide to use one as well, be sure not to over-torque or over-tighten the hardware, a rubber mallet, a Phillips head screwdriver, and a block of wood. To make this easier, we're going to use a socket set, a 3/16 hex head socket, a socket adapter, and a Phillips bit. You'll also need materials to fill the base of your system. For the specifics of those materials, refer to your instruction manual. It's crucial that you refer to your assembly manual to review the safety instructions for this build to prevent serious injury or property damage. All right, let's get started. Align the hole at the bottom of the top pole with the slot at the top of the middle pole. The middle pole is the one with the warning sticker. Secure the top pole to the middle pole with the hardware. The screw needs to be flush, but may spin freely once inserted. Secure the bottom pole to the middle pole using the same method as before. Now attach the pole bracket to the middle pole on the side with the larger holes, and on the bracket where it says up is facing the top pole. Make sure you've done the previous steps properly because the next steps are irreversible. We're going to seat the poles together by striking each end on a piece of scrap wood or cardboard 5 or 6 times. You're going to need to use some force, so be careful around your toes. It's crucial that you complete this step, otherwise your system can come apart during use and cause serious injury or property damage. Attach the flat end of the pole brace to the base, making sure the angled end is oriented like this. Only finger tighten the hardware for now. Repeat the previous step for the opposite side. Slide the large axle through the hole at the bottom of the pole. Now slide your wheels on. And then your spacers. Now place a small axle in the hole above the large axle. Place the base over the large axle and then step on it until you hear it snap into place. Rotate the pole assembly up until the small axle snaps into place. Attach the other end of the pole braces to the pole with the hardware. Lay the system down and don't stand it back up until you've properly filled the base, then secure the hardware from the other steps. Take a bolt, add a washer and a rubber washer, and insert into the lower set of holes on the rim. Now add your T-nuts to both bolts. Before tightening your T-nut all the way down, make sure that your bolt is on the outside edge of the hole. Tighten the hardware, but be sure not to over-tighten because you don't want the rubber washer to bulge. Attach the rim to the backboard with the plastic guard through the bottom set of holes. When tightening the bolts, make sure to have a wrench on the other side of the bolt. Slide the U-bolt onto the U-bolt support bracket, and then slide that through the top set of holes on the back of the backboard. Now place your jam nuts onto the U-bolt and thread them all the way down. Place the compression springs over the U-bolt, then add the spring retainer plate. Then tighten the flange nuts until the rim doesn't wobble. Attach the backboard brackets to the backboard with the hardware. Insert the hex bolt into these set of holes here. If it has a difficult time going in, you may need to remount the excess powder coating with the bolt. This nut is a center locking nut, which means it may be difficult to tighten, but that is normal. Now add your counterbalance springs to the bolt we just added. Now attach the upper extension arms to the backboard brackets with the hardware, making sure that the holes that are closer together are further away from the bracket. Only tighten the bolt until it is flush with the end of the nut. Now attach the lower extension arms to the backboard, making sure that the holes that are closer together are further away from the backboard. Secure the lower extension arms to the lower hole on the top pole. It may be helpful to have another person. Now secure the upper extension arms to the top hole in the pole. Attach the lock tab to the trigger with the hardware. Take the inner channel out of the outer tube. Take the half of the handle that has no arrow and add it to the outer tube. Place the spring onto the trigger and then insert the trigger into the handle. Place the other half of the handle over the outer tube and secure with the hardware. Insert the hex bolt into this hole here, secure with the cap nut, and be sure not to over tighten. Slide the inner channel into the outer tube until it locks into place. Attach the inner channel to the pole bracket with the hardware. Attach the outer tube to the lower extension arms with the hardware. Insert the hex bolt into these set of holes on the upper extension arms. Raise the hoop to the highest position. Stretch the springs onto the hex bolt you just added. It may be helpful to use a closed end wrench. Remove the film from the backboard. Now attach the center frame pad to the bottom of the backboard. The screws are going to go through the frame, so make sure that your drill is on the highest torque setting and fully charged. Now attach the corner frame pads. They will overlap the center frame pad. For the next steps, follow this link to see how to properly fill the base of your system. We've already filled the base of our system, so we're going to move on to the next step. Next, attach your net. Now raise your backboard to the highest setting, then place your sticker on the pole so that the arrow on the handle lines up with the 10-foot mark. Thanks for watching this video on how to assemble your Lifetime Speed Shift basketball system. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up. For more content like this, subscribe to our channel. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to our customer service team and check out our other awesome products at lifetime.com.